Welcome to adilas. This tutorial is going to be covering the Invoice homepage, and from the main switchboard homepage here, over under quick search, if you wish, you can go to Invoice, and if you want, you can type in Home, and if you click the Go button here, that'll take you to the Invoice homepage. You can also go under System Assets here and choose your Invoice homepage and hit Go. Once you're on the Invoice homepage, it's going to give you 30 days of look back. So these are all the invoices that have been completed in 30 days. Additionally, you have a button where you can create a new shopping cart, which is going to ultimately create a new invoice. You can also click on the search high criteria, which opens up the form where you can drill down to all of the invoices. You can search by a business name or a customer name, first name, last name. You can do invoice types, so quote, counter sale, so on and so forth. You can also choose a location, salesperson. You can limit it by a stock number. You can limit it by if it's been paid or not paid. And then most importantly, here's the date range. So these dates are what are determining 30 days. So you also have a little link here that will show all your invoices, or you can range it out here on this dates. You can also choose to keep the criteria open. So if I were to just come in here and go back and say I want to see from 4/23/11 and keep criteria open, which keeps the form open. So you can see it pulled the invoices but also kept this form open for me. And then once again, here are the invoices that were completed during that period of time. To see any of the invoices once you pull them up, you have a bunch of hot links on here. The hot links under stock number, of course, will take you to the serialized stock number. That would take you to the stock number on this. Looks like it's an aircraft that's been sold. So, yep, sure enough. And then if I go back to this, over on the right-hand side, these links here take you to the links on the invoice. The edit will allow you to edit that invoice. Obviously, Printable just gives you the printable views, and then you have the history view as well on the invoice. The history view is going to tell you who created the invoice, who applied payments to it, who deposited the money off the invoice. Any changes that have been done to that invoice, you'll be able to see off of the history of the invoice. Additionally, I wanted to bring your attention up to the top here as well. A lot of the links that we have here at the top. Obviously, you have your quick search where you could jump to anything that you want. If you want to look at a customer, you can jump to a customer. You have your help file for this page. You also have an advanced invoice search. So we're going to go to the advanced invoice search. The advanced invoice search is in 3 parts. The first part is your main invoice details, and you can limit by invoice numbers, customer name. There's a lot more limitation and sorting that you can do off of this page, and this is sorting the main details. So the main details have to deal with the name, the salesperson, the status of the invoice, etc. The second section down deals with your invoice line items. So this is actually the items that were on the invoice that were searchable. And you can limit by numbers, by dates, customer, all kinds of different invoice paid status types, salesperson, line amount. You can also put in your item number. Remember, part number is a dynamic, so if you're using a SKU number or an item or a service, you would change this number on the corp-wide settings page. But anyway, back to searching. If you wanted to put in an item number here and you pull just that item number, you would see all of the different items. So if I hit search right here, it's going to pull everything that's ever been sold off of every invoice. And if I went back, if I limited that to say I wanted to just see gas, maybe, because I think there's some gas tickets. Oh, evidently there's not. So this is off of a, let me put in 100 because I think that's the definition of the gas, or that has that in that item. Yeah, so this is the item, so it's pulling this 100 out of here. So you can see 100 all the way down, it's pulling that item. Anyway, so that's the second section. That is the line item section. This third section down is to search invoice payments. And these are the payments that have been applied to the invoice, and all of these fields will help you bring out information off of all of the invoices on who's paid for it, whether it was credit card, what the payment amount was, any information that you're looking for from there. So that's the advanced invoice search. And then if I go back to the Invoice Homepage. And once I'm on the Invoice Homepage, again, it's pulling up 30 days of information. And to kind of recap, to find the Invoice Homepage, you can type home in here, and you can select Invoice, or you can simply go under here to the Invoice Homepage and hit go. And once again, thanks for choosing adilas.